Damn, boy. Damn, boy. That's a thick-ass boy. What's going on, YouTube? King Yoshi here, and welcome back to another Minecraft Talks video. In this episode, we only have a couple of topics because there's really not a lot going on today in particular that I'm super interested in talking about. But the two things, or at least this first thing here, is kind of it's definitely a thing. Lana Del Rey. Oh boy, this one's a doozy. Mainly because I don't even know if I would call it a doozy. It was just super unnecessary. I mean, what? She didn't have to make that post at all. Like, I've read it many times, and I don't really understand what she's getting at. Other than that, she really over-exaggerated and unnecessarily called out other artists because of critics of her own work, and it doesn't really make sense why, you know, it's very hypocritical of her to drag these other artists down and criticizing their work when she is complaining about her work being criticized. Basically, if you didn't see, Lana Del Rey made like a 2-page Instagram post complaining about how, you know, artists like Ariana Grande, Doja Cat, Megan Thee Stallion, and the like are making songs, you know, about superficial topics like money and sex and relationships, whereas Lana tackles deeper topics, and Lana feels that she is criticized for quote-unquote glorifying these issues, and she doesn't feel that that criticism is fair, is what she's saying. But she did it in a way that made her come off really bitchy especially towards other artists. I believe I think Ariana Grande may have you know, said something, and she didn't. Lana did not like what Ariana said. Basically, it's a whole mess because, you know, first of all, she shouldn't have just made the post in the first place, because she is just coming off of a record cycle with a fantastic studio album, Norman fucking Rockwell. It's her most critically acclaimed work. Critics love it. Everyone loves it. It was nominated for Album of the Year at the most recent Grammys. There's no reason for her to be upset right now. I think it spawned from the idea that Say So and Savage were top 2 on the Billboard Billboard charts for, I believe it was last week or the week before. But I don't know, dude. I just don't think she should have she like name dropped like 10 different artists in that post, and there was no reason for it. You know, it's just so hypocritical for her to criticize others' art when she's complaining about her art being criticized. Who is she to determine, you know, what art is? Politics aside, she did end up announcing a new studio album at the end of that record, or at the end of that post rather. She didn't announce the name. I think we know the name. I can't remember what it is, but it's coming out September 5th, which is really exciting. I really enjoyed Norman fucking Rockwell, so I'm excited to see what that is. And she's going to release a couple of more poetry books, I believe, in between that time. So look out for those. I mean, I can see where she's coming from, but she really could have handled that a lot better. Needless to say, yeah. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to talk about today, can't remember where this was from, but 1.2, I wrote down in my notebook, 1.2 million defamation money for falsely accused rape. I believe this was in Minnesota. A Minnesota judge ruled in favor of the defamation counterclaim against a man who was falsely accused of rape, and I think that's fantastic. Now, keyword, he was falsely accused of rape. Now, I'm not saying that men should, you know, not get charged for rape, because there are plenty of men like Harvey Weinstein, like Bill Cosby, who absolutely 100% deserve the shit that they get. They deserve hell, right? They're terrible men, but there are some women who take advantage of this new trend and take advantage of this system to exploit other men for attention or for money. And it's really sickening because it happens more than you think. Some people say, oh, well, that doesn't happen often. It happens a lot more than you think. It really does. And I mean, the best situation, I don't think we really know for sure whether or not Brett Kavanaugh raped that girl, but I mean, judging based on the situation, it seemed like it could have been dicey. So it's like situations like those that women are bringing up, you know, and maybe she could have felt uncomfortable in that moment, or but he didn't engage that way. It's a very complicated situation, but again, sometimes there are cases where the guy clearly did not do anything to this girl, but she's just falsely accusing him of those things, and in more cases than not, he will get charged for it because the whatever prosecutors are good or something, whatever. It's just an unfair. It's very unfair. So I think not only are we moving away from having those claims take effect in this case, but we're also having them. We're also firing back at these women who are making these false claims. And look, some people say that these women falsely accusing people of rape are as bad as rapists themselves. I don't think that's true. I think they have issues that they need to work out, but and they deserve what they're getting, especially in this case. I think that's a fair punishment. Obviously, we can't wish death upon them or anything like that. I think that's stupid. You should never give anyone death threats, right? Even like that. Oh, you know what? I got another topic for you guys. I didn't know I was going to talk about this today. Listen, I want to talk a little bit about TikTok, okay? Now, I'm not someone who uses TikTok at all right? I don't have the app on my phone. I am not a fan of TikTok. Not because of, I think, oh, it's cringe, No, I think TikTok has some really funny memes. I just scroll through them on Instagram because that's what Instagram likes to repost. I don't have to sit there and listen to all the, read all those stupid bullshit hate fucking comments that, like, what's her name? Charlie D'Amelio gets, and Chase Hudson, who's been getting, so many death threats on the website because of, something about Josh Richards' boyfriend or girlfriend, Nessa. I don't know, dude. It's funny that I know all this. I actually keep up with them on Snapchat. I read like the drama Snapchats, just so I can stay in the loop and maybe talk about it in a scenario like this. You got to stay updated on pop culture somehow, but you don't have to do it with the app. Which again, just remove it from your phone. It has some great qualities to it, but it's really just become like a center for bullying, cyberbullying. And I remember a few years ago, Instagram was sort of like that, but it seems like it's become rather tame on Instagram, which is good, but it feels like it's all moved over to TikTok. Body shaming especially. Body shaming is a big thing, which it's just really dumb. I don't understand how you could go on someone's TikTok page, who, by the way, most of these women that are getting these complaints are fucking beautiful. They're gorgeous. They have perfect bodies, perfect faces, whatever, right? And these people, for whatever reason, decide, they want to go on these people's TikTok pages and be mean to them for no reason. And I don't understand how anyone in their right mind could do that. I don't know that. I can't feel that type of insecurity. Like, I've never felt so insecure with myself to where I would feel good about posting on people's TikTok pages that they have. I mean, I don't read all these comments. I don't remember them, but just generally degrading the bodies of these teenage girls, by the way. Mind you, these are teenage girls. Some of these people commenting under these posts are adults. They are grown-ass people commenting on these teenagers' pages, complaining about their bodies. There's no reason for it. So I'm glad Charlie was taking a break from the app. I don't know if she still is. She could be. I have no idea. Again, I don't really keep up with it all that much. And poor Lil Huddy. Listen, really, we're gonna cancel Noah Schnapp because he was defending someone who was getting death threats, who we don't even know the situation of. Who knows if he fucking cheated on Charlie with Nessa or whatever the fuck, right? Who cares? Who gives a shit? That's not your concern. That does not mean you should send someone death threats. Does not make any sense. Goodness gracious, I've been wanting to get that one off my chest for a while. I'm glad it came up because it did kind of lengthen this video out a little more, which it would have been very short otherwise. But yeah, honestly, I don't know what we're gonna do to solve that issue. I think just avoiding TikTok altogether is a great idea because I feel like the way the app is structured, you just won't be able to fix the problem without changing the app entirely, right? I feel like, I mean, you could remove comments. I don't think removing comments would actually harm the app all that much. I don't know how, like I said, I don't use TikTok. I have no idea how integral comments play into that what do you call it? It's like the feedback system, the feedback loop. I have no idea. I just fucked up really badly, but I don't know how comments like that play into the feedback loop. I'd have to look at some statistics, but I mean, if there's anywhere I would start, I guess it would be there, because that's really the root of the problem. That's where all the bullying happens, obviously. If you just make it likes, I think it'll be fine. I mean, I don't know, dude. It's just a really dark out. It has some great things. I will admit. I think the whole dance trend thing is really great. It's a funny. People make some funny ass TikToks. I watch compilations sometimes on Instagram. I just don't want to see all the posts of girls either just showing off their cleavage. You're too young for that, okay? And I'm not shaming their bodies when I say that, by the way. I can see some of you in the comments already, okay? I'm just saying, you know, I'm just not interested in seeing that, right? Or there are TikToks, actually, there are TikToks themselves making fun of people's bodies and just bullying or discriminating against certain groups of people, not just by race, but especially by gender. There's a whole fucking male versus female war on TikTok right now that is just, I don't understand. Where oh yeah, guys they think that all women aren't funny or whatever. It's that thing's dumb. I don't want to get into that because I could talk for hours about that one, but yeah, I sure know a lot about TikTok for a guy who doesn't use the fucking app. It's because it's fucking down your throat all the time at this point. Can't really avoid it. But there are posts like that, and then there are also posts, again, just discriminating against groups of people for no reason, and it's not. And those pull the most likes because usually it's someone who is, you know, by general societal standards considered to be attractive, right? And they pull the views, and people agree with them, and it's just promoting a hateful philosophy, and that is reflected in the comments. Or maybe the videos are reflective of those comments. I don't know, but those are two target areas for sure. How are we going to get rid of TikToks that are being not disingenuous, but rather unkind to certain groups of people, you know, especially minority groups on TikTok? But yeah, so focus on those comments, focus on those types of TikToks. Otherwise, the app's fine. I don't see the big issue that people have with it outside of those two glaring issues. Kids want to dance, they want to dance, right? Again, there are some funny ass TikToks, and I want to see more of them. So whatever. Okay, Jesus Christ. I think that's all I'm going to talk about today. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
What are you talking about? That's insane.